Hey guys, Andy here, aka Montolio. We're here for round 3 of a Vintage League, and we're playing Blue-Red Sprite, Dragon Xerox, or whatever you want to call it. Playing against Hal. We lost the die roll. Hal recently has been playing bizarre strategies. Hogak Vine, Hollow Vine, Dredge. Has a baseline in Shops, and all of those said, I think this is a poor hand, so I think we're going to mulligan. This is a definite snap keep against them because we have a wasteland and a cantrip. I don't feel like dig is going to be any good here for us. We're going to be just so far away from dig, so I'm going to keep these, and we'll see. We made a good mulligan. So looks like we might have been punished on our decision making there. I mean, this hand is still very viable. Uh, Lotus. So Lotus allows us to try and jam a Narset. And I think that's worth doing because we have a Force of Will, and then we've got a Wasteland next turn. So I'm gonna keep these, and I'm gonna attempt to do this. We'll cast that. Now this comes at a hefty price for us. You know, if we get Pyroblasted, it looks really bad, right? So this opponent just dazing this. Ancestral. Or it could just be a daze. Yeah, it's a daze. I think I am going to try and force this through here. This is really, really aggressive for me. Because if they have a Flusterstorm, we just get blown out of the water. But I think that this, if it resolves, is extremely powerful for us. You know, our hand is not great. Um, so we'll see if they find something. I mean, Flusterstorm's off the table, Daze is off the table. They need to basically find a Force of Will or a Force of Negation to be able to stop what we're doing. And, you know, if we are playing some type of, cantrip deck, which most blue decks are, then we're in pretty good shape if this resolves. So, let's see. And it does. Okay. I'm not going to play around Lightning Bolt. I mean, we got the Misstep here anyway, so I'm going to keep the Misstep here. To try and protect Narset. Obviously, you know, we want the Preordain, but we have a whole bunch of those in our deck. One Misstep, and, you know, preventing Pyroblast from killing or Lightning Bolt from killing our Narset is pretty strong. Dark Ritual. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we're playing against Doomsday. I'm just going to stop the ritual. I see no reason to let them have that. No, I'm sure they can daze this again. Misstep, sure. So the opponent is going to go off with their Doomsday, and I cannot stop them. But the good news for us is that we have a Wasteland in our hand, and Narset is very decent against a Doomsday opponent. I mean, no guarantees here. But perhaps they're building their hand like I'm not playing Wastelands, and you can get people with that. Now, of course, Black Lotus is just an integral part of a Doomsday pile on average anyways, and it's highly likely they're going to do that, and they're going to try and slowly grind me out. But I think that's fine. Like, if they go for a Gush kill, that could be really good for us. Because they don't know we have the Wasteland. We've only got 2 cards in hand. Now, we're going to need some help here. So let's see what they've done. Let's take a look at C's first. 1, 2. Okay, so they do have an underground sea somewhere in their pile. They did not get Black Lotus of note. Jet, did they get Sapphire? No, they didn't. And what did they do? A Gush? No, they have gone for the Ancestral line. Okay. So I just went through and compiled a little bit of what my opponent could be up to. It's really quite an interesting pile, and I wonder if they have um, uh, somewhat misinterpreted what I could be having in my hand or not playing around Wasteland, because as you can see, they've got the Lotus, Mox Sapphire, and the Mox Jet. Their piles. There is an underground sea somewhere in their hand or in their pile, as well as a Gitaxian Probe. They have gone for the Ancestral line, two Oracles. There's a Force of Will and a Time Walk. So this will be interesting to see how this shakes down for us. Okay, so why don't we go to our draw step here and see what we find. We're going to get two cards. Hopefully they're good ones. Pyromancer is definitely one of the worst ones we could find. I do like Daze. And let's take that Underground Sea away. So, I mean, we're obviously not in great shape here, but Daze could be good. Okay, fetch land. Bolt is just terrible. So I think they're kind of penciled into Ancestraling here, and that allows them to win next turn if they have an extra land in hand and are able to play around our Daze. So this could be an Ancestral. Right, so that draws them one. We're not going to fight over that. And so the question is are they able to play around? I mean, do they have another land, I guess is the question. They did not. Okay. So the Wasteland won us that game there. And, Hal is definitely a decent player. I have not seen them on Doomsday, though. And, uh, my feeling is that a top flight Doomsday pilot may have been able to play around what I did. Had the Black Lotus been there, I think we would have lost. It was very interesting that they did not do that. Yeah, what if I found another bolt? I mean, we were just 100% losing that. So against Doomsday, I think we're fairly well constructed main deck to be able to fight that. Um, So let's take it in. I don't think I'm going to do anything here. Sprite Dragon can pressure. We've got a fairly robust counter suite in this deck. We went off the back of a Gambit trying to force Narset into play, and it worked. Yeah, this is very strong. Really nice to have the Mox here, the on-color Mox. Having said that, all the boxes in our deck are on color. Dark Ritual, yeah. I can't do anything about it. Doomsday, okay. Can they win right here? So we're going to be able to hold up Ancestral, Pyroblast, and have a misdirection, which is pretty good for us. Just pause the video there for you guys so we're not just having dead air time here while my opponent is filtering through their deck here. So let's once again take a look and see what we're dealing with here. So Let's start with lands. Let's take a quick look here. There's an island, one sea, two seas. Okay, so considering this all wasteland, there's possible that there's another island and an underground sea in their pile. Black Lotus is a part of this pile. Both oracles, so we've got a Lotus, both oracles. What are they using? Ancestral or Gush? Looks like Ancestral. Okay, what about Time Walk? Do we see a Time Walk here? Do not see a Time Walk. Okay, so we've got Time Walk, Double Oracle, Lotus, Ancestral. What do we got for counter magic? 1, 2, 3, 4 Force of Wills, 1 Fluster Storm, 2 Fluster Storms, 3 Fluster Storms. Any dazes? 1 daze. So we've got a possible daze in there. Okay, so we've got an estimation of what they're doing here. Possible days in hand, double oracle, Lotus, Time Walk, Ancestral, and yeah. So let's hope we peel a Force of Will. That would be super good. Force of Negation, Flusterstorm. So hopefully they don't daze me here. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, I mean we're in. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight over Time Walk. Yeah. I mean, do we redirect this to ourselves? I feel like I do. Let's see what they do here. Like if they pick a fight over this and then I end up letting it resolve, like we'll see what they do here, but there is a chance we can kill them with our ancestral. Like maybe there's a world they just let this resolve. We draw the cards. They're misstepping their own ancestral. Why don't we pyroblast that? Like I'm not averse to being the one to draw the extra cards here. Okay, that obviously was not optimal. So they may have a daze here. Like, do I draw here? I feel like I kind of punted this a little bit. Like, I think I'm picking my fights in the wrong spot. I'm going to preordain here. Let's see what we can find. Super awkward. Yeah, kind of threw this one a little bit here, I think. I'm going to wasteland here and hope that we get another turn. And we can dig through time or something like that. Yeah, I think I blew this one. I feel like we had them. Yeah, okay. Like, do they have the Oracle in hand? Or are they on the bottom? Yeah, okay. Doomsday. What is this? My lord. They're reconstructing a pile here out of their. Okay, let's get a screenshot of that. They've got one card in hand. Very interesting. Okay. So back to 5 cards on their library. Let's see what we can do here. The Mox was a good draw. Very happy to draw that Mox. I kind of feel like Treasure Cruise, like Dig Through Time is the better card, but it's more mana intensive. But I get to see 7 cards versus 3. I think Dig Through Time's just got to be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I guess if I fetch, but I really would like to find a wasteland. Yeah, we're gonna just fetch. Let's see if this works. It didn't. Jeez. That is not good. I guess I could Sprite Dragon and kill them? He's got 1 card in hand. If it's not Daze, we can win. Well, let's hope. Do they have a Fatal Push? I doubt it. All right. Sorry about the grindy content there, guys. I really feel like it's beneficial to try and sit and think these things out as to what the optimal lines are versus this deck. And I feel like I have pretty good success against Doomsday overall. Um, but I think that it's definitely worth for me to go back and watch that last game that I just played versus them because I feel like I could have let the Ancestral resolve there rather than misdirecting it and picked a fight over my Ancestral targeting them because me drawing the extra cards was greedy. And of course, I was punished for that because I did not draw well. Um, Regardless, we found the line and we got the win.